Hey, Gator Nation, welcome back to an all new episode of the Respect Our Decision podcast, guys. Coming to you live from a basement somewhere in Central Florida.
Somewhere around Kissimmee.
Yeah, we got jokes tonight, guys. As always, boys, I'm your boy Hirsch, dressed in black, going to a funeral. Don't know whose yet, but we're gonna address it. We're gonna talk about it. We know there's a lot of anger in the air, a lot of frustration, and we're gonna share our opinions on it. And it's gonna be what it is. I hope we don't offend anybody too much. Hopefully, you're all just as frustrated and angry as we are. As always, with me, CJ the Man McCann.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
Hey, and the not so hype man, Wes. He just drinking.
You have a drink, brother.
He can't even say hello. He just drinking. Guys, obviously, we got some things to talk about this evening. This last Saturday, unless you were stuck abroad overseas, maybe you didn't, have TV, internet, radio, shortwave, radio, whatever you might listen to your football games on. Florida Gators were trounced by the University of Miami, 41-17 at home. And this thing's ugly, guys. This thing's done got ugly, and we're going to talk about it. As always, make sure if you're checking us out on YouTube, subscribe to the channel if you're still interested in Gator football. We'd appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button, guys. Let's try to get 100 likes on it. If you're mad as hell about this damn game, hit the like button. Smash it. I mean, just smash that like button. Like, take all your anger out on Billy Napier on the like button. Leave a comment down below. How long does Billy make it through the season? Give us your estimation. Does Billy make it to the end of the season? And if so, what's the final record at this point? What do you think? I'm interested to know. All right, guys. And as always, if you're still inclined to do so, check out our friends at Florida Victorious. Use our code DECISION. Save 20% off your first month. I know some of y'all right now probably aren't very interested in Florida Victorious, and I understand the frustration. But the athletes are the athletes.
What happened Saturday wasn't their fault. I promise you that.
Well, not Florida Victorious, but anyway. Right. Yeah, there's other sports. Help the baseball team. They're our only hope, Obi-Wan.
That's right.
All right, let's get into it. You know what? Me and CJ sat in we weren't in our basements in Central Florida. We were in our homes in South Georgia. Wes, you were in the stadium, man, so I'm going to let you go first. Give your unscripted take on what you saw Saturday.
Yeah, it was not a very, very loud crowd. It felt like the crowd knew what was going on, like they were waiting for something to happen that was bad. It wasn't loud. You know, you hear about the Michael P. Ryan run against Auburn, even the first catch Freddie Swain had against Auburn, the Brad Stewart pick against LSU, the Tyree Cleveland Hail Mary, like the loudness of it. It wasn't there, and maybe because we weren't able to ball on first. We got the ball first, so the crowd kind of died. It was 3-and-out. And we got a 3-and-out, same pop pass, the trade that we were hoping not to see, and it happened, and Miami stopped us, and they drove down the field, and we never even recovered. I mean, even when Montreal broke the big run he had, I didn't go back and watch the game over. I couldn't. I had a long weekend in Florida. My flights got canceled. It was just so much emotional frustration and disappointment and depression watching that game live, and it seemed like to watch both of these teams and third year coach. We talked about this for weeks, measuring ourselves. They on year 3 with Mario. We on year 3 with Billy. Where are we gonna be at? And we weren't even in the class. And to see the offense live, like I don't have all 22. You can just watch what you see on TV and maybe watch some YouTube highlights. And I didn't see any creativity. You see what Miami was doing, and yeah, it was a lot like Cam Ward. And I talked to Cam Ward last week. For you guys who listen to our podcast, I said I watched his highlights. He's not Jaden Daniels that's gonna get an 80-yard run, a 60-yard run, and hit his head on the goalpost. He was the type of dude like Caleb Williams-esque that he's gonna run for first downs and he's gonna buy time to make plays. That's what he wants to do, and he put on a freaking clinic. I mean, it was it was surreal to watch how he had so much poise, like in the pocket. It was sick what he did, and to me, though, I come to our offense. I thought Graham Mertz coming in the year two, in this offense, we would add more plays or something like it would be different, and it was the same old shit. And it was disappointing that we have and this goes to me why I felt like keeping Trevor was so important. We only have one guy that can hit his head on the goalpost. I don't that they play. I'm not saying that Tank is not a guy. I'm not saying that Mizell is not a guy. I'm not saying that Badger couldn't be a guy. But Trey, we know we seen it. Trey's that dude, and the only way we can get him the freaking ball is on screens. That's. I mean, people want to be. I know we were mad at Mullen, but Mullen knew how to get Tony and Pitts the ball without freaking screens all the time. I thought we would see Trey in the backfield. I was about to get fed up with Montreal running the freaking ball so much until he broke the one, and he had some decent runs after. But I'm surprised he got so much run. Where was Ball? Where was Webb? Where were the guys that we see that like something else that can we don't? It seemed like we were it's so it's so freaking frustrating, y'all. And I feel y'all pain, man. Like this shit is fucking pitiful to see the creativity on offense that we have a dude. Like Trey is really a dude. Like the movement, even the plays that the screens that he was always making. He's gonna make that first guy miss, and the only way we can get him the ball is on a freaking screen or a bubble, pop pass. You gotta. We never use the middle of the field. Like it seemed like we were running some basic stupid offense, and I hate it. And I thought we would graduate in, and I can't put all of the blame on Billy because on some of those plays, the Badger, some of that was there, and Graham just missed the throws. And I don't. And DJ's, in my opinion, I don't know if I don't think he's ready either. I mean, it was a piss poor performance. The defense week one, I'm saying they got tired. I was texting the guys and telling them, like, hey, we rotating a lot of defensive guys in and out, letting your guys know what I was seeing. Like the D line was going in and out. Some guy, Devin Moore, can't stay healthy. Maybe he missed the glass. I don't know if you ever seen the movie. He's Samuel Jackson. He missed the glass because he can't play a whole freaking game. But he's good when he's out there. And Jakeem is not ready either. It was pitiful. The hype that we had coming in, guys that are on the message boards, we get information from different sources that are there. It was fool's gold. We were sold a bad bill of goods, and I want my money back because I spent a lot of goddamn money down there this weekend. Flight got canceled, had to recheck in the hotels, spend an Uber, go to Jacksonville to fly out because I couldn't get out of Gainesville to go to Charlotte. So I'm pissed the fuck off. Like they gave me permission to curse. I didn't. So I can curse a little bit and show my frustration. They didn't really give me permission, but I'm exercising
Taking
that
liberties,
wish.
creative liberties.
But I don't see how Billy finished. When I looked at Texas A&M, and we can't beat Kentucky. Tennessee looked okay. LSU
Don't go too
decent.
far. Don't go too
Yeah,
far.
I mean, I just don't see any way that this gets righted. Not saying it can happen. I don't really want to overact week one, but the way I felt watching that team, it was like, are we one of those? Are we going through that era of Michigan when they had Rich Rodriguez and these other guys coaching? They're like, oh man, we are really that team now. Like, are we really that low? Are we gonna go through a third straight season where we don't have a winning record? Are we the guys that people want to play to put up numbers? I don't know.
Uh, CJ, any specifics you'd like to add about what you noticed from Saturday, other that Wes hasn't already?
I don't think that I could. Um, it was disappointing. Not surprising. I think at some point I was just like, "Yep, okay, this is it." Um, it was like I was like, "Wow, I'm not shocked. I'm not." It got to the point, man. I can tell you how I know apathy set in. When you sit there and you watch the game and you just laugh at the guys making mistakes, that's how you know the apathy set in. You're not even mad. I wasn't even mad anymore. It just didn't care. I am really mad at the fact, to be honest. that I have put my face in the fan for Billy Napier for 3 years, and this is, you know, he's got me sitting here looking like piss on a plate, and I just that makes me really mad. Um, I feel like I was, we were led to believe some things that weren't there. Um, I thought changes had been made, and I'm sorry to anybody that listened to us and got excited, um, because we were told things. I mean, listen, if we had been told brutally honest, this team's going to look like this, Saturday, we would have prepared you for that. This isn't what we were told. Um, it was disappointing. The offense was just levels of terrible that I can't really describe. It was just not, like I said, like Wes said, they didn't run anything in the middle of the field. Slants, drags, digs, nothing. Graham is trying to prove that he can throw the deep ball, and I think that Graham can throw the deep ball. Um, but I just don't think this offensive line is built to give him time to do it. I would have rather seen us go back to what we were doing last year and just doing some more quick stuff. The problem with that was we were just all painting the sidelines. There were plays in the middle of the field that just never happened. There were just, like I said, I don't know what all went wrong. I know that we brought in an influx of talent that I didn't see used. The running back situation, Montrell's a great running back, and he had the one big highlight play for us. We never went back to that play again. We ran it one time off tackle. We knew we
And
couldn't
then
run
run it
between the
into the
gap.
pile.
I just don't understand why we were trying to run into the gaps, knowing that we couldn't get there. We're still trying to run inside zones and things like that, and just it's just banging your head against the wall. And at least if you're going to do that, put ball in. At least ball can maybe fall forward and get 2 yards. If you're just dead set, we're going to run the ball up the middle. Um, like I said, I just don't get it. I don't know where you go from here. There were bright spots. I guess Pup Howard was a bright spot, one of the only ones. Shamar James. I mean, there was a few things. Badger had a nice catch. Shamir DK looked pretty good on a punt return one time. I mean, there's some things there, but just the fact Arliss Boardingham catches a pass that he needs to put his head down and get a yard and score a touchdown, but he doesn't do that. Like it's little stuff that's just frustrating. And Miami's got a guy back here playing quarterback who's just like Steve McNair. He's just walking around with the football, just running around in the backfield with the ball held down below his waist, side arming at the guy wide open down the field. We're playing 10 yards off of their best damn receiver. I don't understand that. Oh, let's watch him catch it, let him cut, make a move, and make us look like
Playing
idiots.
10 yards off in man coverage with our strong safety, Asa Turner.
I don't understand it. Like I couldn't make sense of it. Um, it just there was just a lot of stuff that was just really really frustrating. You take a step forward, you take 5 steps back. You bring it within a touchdown, you have a big run, you've got the crowd energized, amped up, you get Miami on a 3rd and 8, and they just dump it off, get the first down. You had a chance to make a stop there with 7 points and at least go in the half, only down a touchdown. I don't know why we started on offense. I don't know why you win the toss and you don't want to start on defense with that crowd. I don't get that from the go. There was just a lot of pitiful, pitiful stuff. I haven't seen the team look that inept in a long, long time. And not to say Miami isn't good, but they're not freaking Georgia. I mean, come on. Like they're not that level of team. They're not Alabama. They're not, Ohio State. They're okay. They're good. They're going to win their conference. They're going to run the table. They don't play anybody worth a freaking pulse. So, that team should just steamroll everybody. If Miami doesn't do it this year, they ain't going to do it. So, I mean, yeah, you played a decent enough team, but not a team that should beat you by 30 damn points. I just whatever. Um, I can't I can't say anymore because I'm getting frustrated. But
One
yeah,
thing, Hirsch, before you
pitiful.
go, what just once like the third down play, with the fourth down play we went on fourth down. I don't mind us going for it there on fourth down, but why we ran the ball, I don't understand. If you know you're gonna go for it on fourth down, you throw the ball 2 times, get the freaking first down. Don't run it and hope you get the first down, and then you basically on third down again because you're in 4th and 5. Try to get the freaking first down, man. I don't understand that play call either. That was a dumb run call, and then you put your quarterback in a position with pressure 4th and 5. That was stupid.
Um, yeah. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking about the game stuff. We all watched the ball game. We all saw the same stuff. It's Bush League. Let's just be honest with you. You spent 9 months preparing, and it looks like Florida State's bowl game out there. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not to, obviously there's a lot more to it than that, but God Almighty, imagine if that had been Georgia. Miami had some deficiencies, I still believe, and we didn't take advantage of them. But they played a great game, and kudos to Miami. I mean, they had a hell of a game plan. My biggest issues, other than just the play calling being atrocious, but that I should be used to that. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 14 more times, shame on me. My biggest problem is, where is the damn emotion? Where is the leadership? Where is somebody slapping somebody on the back of the head and saying, come on, man, get your head in the game. Let's get going. Hey, we need a score right here. Outside of Montrell, taking one to the house, taking it on his shoulders when he finally isn't having to run straight into an 8-man box. Excuse me. There's nothing. I don't even see, like, you see Graham before the game, he's hyping people up. I didn't see him doing it after. I'm just you see Mario walking off the damn, excuse me, off the field, and he's celebrating and he's, faking the Gator chomp. And then he's in the locker room. Somebody recorded his locker room speech, and he's just fired the hell up. And hey, good for him. He walked into the stadium that everyone said was going to be the factor and didn't factor him at all. And that's not the fans' fault. I ain't doing that. It ain't the fans' fault. The fans need to have something to be excited for more than 10 minutes into the game. It's your job to keep the fans invested in the product. Not for the fans just to go out there and scream when your team's down 28, 24 points or whatever have you not. It's up to you to keep that team invested by giving them what they paid to see. Fans paying $400, $500 a ticket, and Wes, whatever you paid for your room and your travel and all that stuff, and you get to come down and that's what happens after you've gotten all these hype videos, and look, I love the This Is the Swamp videos, and I love all that great stuff. It's really well done. It's nice. It's good to see behind the curtain and how all these guys live and all of that, and that's great. We have not won a football game since October 14th of last year.
324 days since we won a football game.
And that was a breakneck win on the last drive of the game against South Carolina. And I know some of those games were close and winnable, and that's great. Good coaches win those games. We've said that before. Good coaches find a way to win, not find a way to lose. And at least the one thing that you had hanging on Billy's hat before was he was in all of those games. They were tight, and his team was playing for him. Where was that Saturday? I didn't see it. I just didn't. I saw an interception thrown, and I saw two offensive linemen walking. on the field. And don't give me they weren't going to catch him anyway. That's fine, but damn, put something on tape so the whole world doesn't see you don't care. Like, that's embarrassing. And kudos to the former Gators like Shannon Snell that called him out on it. We had former Gators on the sideline for that game. Like, Ryan Stamper was there. And by all accounts, Ryan Stamper was ready to just beat, to quote Billy Bob on, he was ready to rip somebody's arms off and beat him to death with him because nobody was fired up. These guys spent their blood, sweat, and tears building a brand at UF. And it's been torn to the bricks. I mean, it is dust. So that leads me to the question, what happens from here? Because the one thing you could not do in this game was get blown out at home. We talked about it. You can lose a tight game. I said from the get-go, this was one game I thought you had to win this football game. But others said, if it's tight and Miami turns out to be a good team, that's a different ball game. And don't get, like I said, I think Miami is actually a really good football team. I think they have some deficiencies. I don't think they're going to win a national championship, but I think they're going to be in the race, in the playoff race as of today. Absolutely. Especially given what we've seen from Florida State. What do you do now? What if you obviously you play Samford this week and DJ Lagway's starting because Graham's got a concussion, and that's great. This is a Samford team that lost to West Georgia last Saturday, just so everyone's aware. And West Georgia's a terrible football team. So this is a game that you got to go out and you've got to score 48, 50 points minimum, or else, you can't be out there winning a game 28-7 this week. It ain't going to help you. It's not going to help you. This is a trap game for Napier because there's almost no good that can come out of it. You play a tight game, they're going to roast you. You play a great game and DJ looks good, then there's going to be that section that goes, DJ needs to be the quarterback from here on out. And let me go ahead and tell y'all, Billy Napier ain't doing that. If y'all think he is, you're crazy. Billy Napier ain't sitting Graham Mertz down because of an injury. He's going to be loyal to him. It is what it is. And by all accounts, DJ's not ready. Now, we'll see what he looks like game time with a full week to prepare this week, and that's great and well. But let's move past that. Texas A&M comes to the Swamp in a week and a half. And they lost to Notre Dame in what was a tight game most of the night and looked very solid. And Bateman and Chaos are going to come bringing on defense, especially with what we just put on tape. So if somehow you don't win that game, or you go to Starkville the week after and lose at Mississippi State, who didn't look terrible either, how soon do you pull the plug on this thing? CJ, what do you think? I mean, I'm just curious.
No, I don't think that I think we're looking at a situation of the Samford game is what it is. Nobody's going to be happy no matter what. Whatever. I mean, who cares? But then you got A&M coming, and A&M had Riley Leonard in a blender for a whole game. The guy didn't throw but for like 150 yards. And newsflash, we don't have a quarterback to the level of Riley Leonard on our team. Whatever you want to say about whatever, Riley Leonard is one of the better quarterbacks in the country. He's better than Graham, and at DJ's current state as a freshman, he's better than him. And that team put him in a blender. So if you go with that, you either have Graham Mertz, who's going to have to play Graham Mertz football, short stuff, let the athletes make it happen. Or then you have DJ, who I feel like you're going to see DJ play this week, is going to be one read. If it's not there, bail. I think that's what you do with most freshman quarterbacks. And that'll look really good against Samford. But you ain't doing that against Texas A&M. You ain't doing that against Elko. Elko is a defensive guy. He knows how to stop this stuff. I mean, Elko pretty much had Jordan Travis handled for a lot of their game last year against Florida State. So, I mean, the guy knows what he's doing. And then Mississippi State, everybody chalked that up as an automatic win. But at lunchtime, at noon, and actually it'll be 11 o'clock their time. You go over there, you kick off in that stadium with the people with Jeff Lebby for all of whatever you want to say about Jeff Lebby. It's just first season there. That guy's going to have an offense. He knows how to scheme offense. It's what he does. He's part of that tree. He's part of the Heupel tree and the Lane Kiffin tree and the Lincoln Riley tree. He's part of that bunch. The guy's going to scheme some offense. And can we score with them? I didn't see any reason to believe we could score with them. I don't know where you go. I know that for better or worse, right now, as we said, Billy Napier has 11 games to save his job. I don't think he's going to get all 11 of them. But right now, in a perfect world, he's got 11 games to figure it out. And I mean, I don't see a world right now unless he just absolutely they come out more motivated than ever. There's no way. I don't think Billy makes it past Jacksonville. I don't even think he gets to Jacksonville. It wouldn't shock me at all because it's just this looked like a team that was unprepared. This was like a team that just did not give a shit. Excuse my French. When you got your quarterback laying down there on the ground with a concussion because you let the whole damn defensive line through to kill him, and you don't even give a damn enough to go run after the guy who's got the football. Spare me that. I'm sorry. That's pitiful. That's piss poor. You wouldn't play for my football team. That's. I'm sorry. And you can call me whatever you want. You call me a fucking basement fan, or Central Florida, or whatever you want to call me. I'm a know-it-all. You don't know nothing. Whatever. I'm sorry. I know what effort looks like. I will tell you right now, they're in the damn team that Steve Spurrier coached, where they're going to sit there and they're going to check up at the 50-yard line and say, I ain't getting him. They ain't a team that Urban Meyer coach is going to do that. They ain't a team that Will Muschamp coach is going to do that. Effort. You preach it. You talk about it. You make your fancy little freaking videos. And then I get out there and we look like piss on a plate.
We got it twice in one show.
I'm sorry. We got a bunch of guys out there that are like a bunch of cabbage playing football. They're all head, no rear end. They show up, do my gloves look good? Do my wristbands look good? Does my Instagram look good? They don't care about how they play. They
Little
don't
ass
care.
effort. Little ass effort.
Yeah, you give me 11 damn Princeleys out there. Bunch of guys that pull up when stuff gets tough. And if you don't like what I'm saying, prove me wrong. That's all you got to do. Get out there and give a shit. But I don't think you'll do it.
It's going to be a real heart check. Like, this is about to be, you're about to see what this team is and isn't for sure. Like, okay, and a lot of people will say, look, it's just 1 week. There will be those folks, and because they're going to defend it to the end of the day, and I get it, and kudos to you if you can stay positive about this. That's not the worst thing in the world. But I'm telling you now, man, everything I'm hearing right now out of Gainesville, it's not a good scene. Wes, you got any final thoughts about where you think the team goes from here?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of more rivals to play, and I think he's like 1-8 against his rivals now, losing to Miami. I mean, it is what it is. The writing is basically on the wall. I would disagree with CJ. I own a small part about Riley Leonard. He can't throw. Mertz can't run, but Riley can't throw. So maybe but I still your point still remains. Your other point still remains the same, that because of what our offense is, I don't think we put Grant, especially last week. If it was that same shit, then there's no way he can prevail unless we start using the middle of the field with the guys that we highlighted early in the year, Hanson and Bordenham. If you're not going to use your receivers or your tight ends over the middle of the field and you're just throwing outs and posts, I mean, it seems like we just have like 4 plays and we run those plays over and over. And going into the year, they know what we're gonna run, and it's like it's simple, it's too freaking simple. Do I think Graham Mertz can do it? Yeah, I mean, said I know what I said in my first the first question, but Mississippi State will tell me where we at, and so will Texas A&M. Those 2 games will tell me exactly where the season is going. It was week 1, and shit happens sometimes, and maybe we and no maybe about it. We were out coached, we were out physical. To CJ's point again, the one thing you can't control in the football field is effort, and we saw a whole lot of lack of effort on from my team, especially the interception that was like CJ said, you can't play for me. I mean, I don't know why I will put you back in because your effort is not there. That tells me you a quitter. Basically, what it is, you a quitter, and you don't want those type of individuals on your they're cancers. And I will put that in film, and so everybody can see. That's not what we're about. And that's the thing that we thought Napier was going to bring here. He was going to bring culture. He has his guys, and that's one of his guys. That's somebody that you brought in here, and that's culture. And if you developing a program with individuals that going to quit and give up and suck like that, then you got to get that guy out of your program. That guy should not be starting playing next week. Off that shit, he should not be playing. So I'm with you guys. I don't know where where we're going to end up, but if can we beat Mississippi State? Can we beat Texas A&M? Yeah, I know I'm the optimistic guy. I still think we can because I'm not. I don't really want. As far as what I said about week 1. That's what we were. Can it be righted? Can it be fixed? It can. Will we do it? I give it a 10% chance. So I'm not saying that it can't happen. I'm just saying there's a 10% chance we can fix the shit against Mississippi State. But Texas A&M is a well coached team. That guy was at Duke, beat Clemson, shoulda, coulda, almost beat Florida State. He had Duke, not Coach K and the basketball Duke, but the football Duke playing competent football. He's a good coach, and that's
First good coach since Spurrier to do so.
yes, that's what you expect. That's what you in year 1 of your program. I don't think Texas A&M looking like okay, we lost to Notre Dame, but damn, we played like competent, hard effort football. You saw his makeup in the team. That's what you want. We might have lost, but we put forth effort. You saw guys trying, playing hard against a highly ranked team that people think Notre Dame can be one of the teams that they can't be in the 4 to get a bye because of they're not in a conference, but they can be one of the teams that competing for a national championship. And Texas A&M played them to, I don't want to say a draw, they lost by 10, but they played them what we would think, okay, Miami beat us, give us that shit. So we can be like, okay, Miami beat us, maybe Miami is a good fucking team. Not 41-17 or whatever the hell that score was. Give us the effort so we can see, okay, yeah, we lost to Miami week 1, but we can see this team rebounding. So I give it a 10% effort, and I think you guys think. I don't think we make it, man.
It only time will tell. I can't sit here and predict the future. Obviously, I know a lot of people will sit here and say, "Well, he could go on a winning streak," and that's true. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. I'm just going off of what I keep hearing the mood around the team is right now, and it's not good. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how they respond. We got a lot of guys out this week, and that's fine. If you're gonna rest any banged up guys, I mean, now's the time to rest them because you ain't gonna get any other opportunities. So let the guys that are hurt rest and let some guys see some action and see what they have. But you got to protect DJ in this game, man. You can't just throw him out there and just be like whatever. So, and I fully expect that to happen. I expect DJ to handle it like a true professional because that's who he is. He'll probably have a really good game, have some really good highlights, maybe a couple that were like, he's a freshman. But the problem with that is it's going to come the next week. This fan base will be split and say, well, DJ needs to be starting from here on out if we're going to have any chance. And I'm telling you now, Napier's not going to do that. It's not who he is. He's going to be loyal to Graham and Graham's future and all that great stuff. And look, it's his job to play however he wants with. At the end of the day, the people above him at the University of Florida have to make the next decision. It's just a matter of how soon do you make it and how bad do you let things become before you make it. Because if you're going to save this program, you can't let it get too bad. There's a whole new element at play here with the 12-game playoff, early signing day, all of that good stuff makes it now where you got to get that coach in sooner, and your pool is getting tighter because you've got 12 dudes, 12 coaches in the playoffs. Now, granted, a couple of them you're not going to be worried about anyway, but maybe one of the guys you want. And I know everybody's going to say Lane Kiffin, and that's fine and dandy. We'll do the hot board when there's actually a position open. Other than that, right now we're just kind of playing it as it comes. You know what else we play as it comes? Weekly Pick Ems.
Woohoo!
Week 1 is in the books, and Hirsch is back on top. 7-3 on the week. CJ is a missed field goal by Minnesota from being right there with me. CJ went 6-4, and of course, our old buddy Wes went 5-5 with that Clemson pick to beat Georgia. Man, he was close too. Whew. Man, Wes, what are you doing, man? Always picking them damn dogs. The funny thing was, is he told us before the season he wasn't going to do it this year. He had seen the light, and then somebody closed the blinds on him. All right. Let's get into week 2, fellas. We got some more solid games this week. Not as many ranked games, but we got some solid matchups that are going to require you to do a little thinking. First game on the slate, Iowa State at Iowa. Wes, you're in the hole.
I'm going with Iowa. Iowa State can't beat Iowa.
I think you said that last year and they won it, or was it the year before?
It might have been the year before.
CJ?
Yeah, I've picked Iowa State a bunch, so I'm not going to do that this year. I'm going to pick Iowa, pick the Hawkeyes.
If this game was at Iowa State, I would go Iowa State. Hey, look at there. All right. Fantastic. Stuff's happening.
Something happened.
Nothing worth talking about. All right. Game 2. I took the Hawkeyes as well, like I was saying. There we go. Game 2, Arkansas at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, of course, ranked 17th in the country. CJ.
Give me the Pokes. They didn't look too hot, but I don't think Arkansas is much better.
Wes?
Yeah, go with the home team. Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, this is another home team advantage. I didn't think Arkansas looked terrible, but I don't think they'll win on the road. All right. Georgia Tech is back in the coastal United States, and they're traveling up to New York to play the Syracuse Orangemen at the Carrier Dome. West, Georgia Tech versus Syracuse. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with G Tech. I'm gonna let them. They had a long bye, kind of.
That can hurt you though.
Yeah, I think they'll be all right though. We'll go with
CJ.
G-Tech.
CJ's doing some analysis.
I hate doing this.
But
man, Florida State just looks bad. Like I thought Boston College did more, and they were playing in Florida State.
They make
Georgia
bad
Tech.
teams look not so bad.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, is Georgia Tech good, or is Florida State just that bad? And playing in the Carrier Dome, Syracuse added a lot of talent. I'm going to take the Orange Men on this one. I think that Georgia Tech, and I think Georgia Tech is going to do some Georgia Tech stuff and end up losing this game because Georgia Tech's just good at that. I think Georgia Tech is going to be respectable by the end of the year, but they got to drop a few in there. They're not going to be undefeated.
I'm taking Tech, man. Until I see otherwise, I believe in that Haynes and Haynes backfield they got going on. That's an elite duo right there. I really think they're going to do good things this year. Brett Key's got it going on. All right. Baylor at Utah. CJ.
Give me the Utes.
Wes.
Same here. Yeah, you're vast. I'm going Utah as well.
Man, it just feels like a game that's going to get funky. But, man, this is one of those games that you think is going to go one way, and Baylor will end up winning 30-13 or some crazy stuff. But, yeah, but it's at Utah, man, and we know that's a tough place early in the season. Give me the Utes.
Their fans actually be loud.
The Clemson of the West.
The Clemson, yeah. They show up against the SEC teams. All right. Late add to the schedule because I almost missed it. Colorado at Nebraska. Coach Prime fended for their life. Man, them boys have been on IVs all weekend out there. Oh, my goodness. Wes, who you got in that game?
Yeah, give me Matt Rule. The Colorado defense is trash again.
CJ.
Yeah, I'm going with the Cornhuskers. Raiola looked pretty damn good early on, even as a true freshman. He threw one pass that I was like, wow, that's impressive.
I'm gonna tell you now,
they got the guys to stop him.
I don't think so either, and that's I mean, Nebraska's not anywhere near back being Nebraska, but they sure got a lot more talent than North Dakota State. Give North Dakota State their flowers; they look great. But if it hadn't have been for a once in a lifetime player in Travis Hunter, and Shador did his part, I'm not taking anything away from Shador, but Travis Hunter is one of the true spectacles of our lifetime in college football.
He's him.
He is him. But I'm still taking the Cornhuskers. I'll take, in a battle of coaching, I'll take Matt Rule on this one.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Mississippi State travels across the U.S. to play Arizona State. CJ?
I'm taking the Dogs. Arizona State has not been good in a little while. They're still going through transition. Mississippi State is too, but I think that Chapin did a good job. They've got a good running back, so I'll take the Dogs.
Wes?
Go with the home team. Go with ASU.
Of course you are. Yeah, I'm taking the SEC team. I'm just because it's our strength of schedule here. Like we needed it to be any more difficult. FSU's hurting us, so I got to get some points back on our strength.
Oh, I forgot. I downloaded the Pocket Cowbell.
Well, it ain't working.
Yeah,
you can't hear it.
Nah.
There we go.
Yeah, you can save that, son. All right. Wes, your hometown Gamecocks are traveling to Kentucky to play at Kentucky. Who do you got?
I'm going to use you guys' thing this time, and I'm going to go with the home team that we place for strength of schedule. I'm going to go Kentucky. Let's see what you guys do now.
CJ.
Yeah, I watched South Carolina look like they were going to get their ass kicked by Old Dominion. So I'm going to take Kentucky, and I'll take Stoops over the Gamecocks. It's disappointing. I hate that we don't play South Carolina this year. That might be one of the wins we could have got.
Yeah, I'm taking Kentucky at home too because I watched the highlights of that game too. I'm not Shane Beamer might not be far behind old Billy. The right things are going there.
He's one of the guys that's on the hot seat that doesn't really get talked about enough for being on the hot seat.
I mean, he ain't got nothing going on over there. All right. I didn't think I was going to end up putting this game on the list, but it got really interesting last week. Boise State, who fought in a absolute barn burner with my Georgia Southern Eagles down here in Statesboro last weekend, at Oregon, who are in their own barn burner, but of a whole different contest of not a whole lot of points scored, which kind of surprises me with old Dylan Gabriel at the helm. CJ?
I picked Oregon to win the national championship, so I'm going to stick with the Ducks, but Boise State's got one hell of a running back.
Wes?
I'm going to Ducks as well, home team.
After watching Boise State's defense against Southern, I think Oregon will rebound pretty nicely this week. Southern had the lead in that game 36-37 at one point, and then Boise ripped off 3 straight TDs. So, should be a fun one, though. All right, now we got some ranked contests to talk about to end the slate. Tennessee travels to NC State to give Nico his first road test here. Wes, who you taking?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Tennessee. I don't know. I just want to go with Tennessee. I just want everybody to look good
He
and
just wants to
we
go
just
with
suffer.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
CJ,
Yeah, NC State again looked really bad. Kerwin put it on him with with Western Carolina. Nico looked good. I gotta go with the Vols. I think the spread is like Tennessee. Is an 8-point favorite. I'd take Tennessee
I'd take
to
that
cover.
all day.
To cover,
Look,
I think
that's our
Tennessee
pick
beats
the
them by.
click of the week. Last
Yeah,
week we told you, look, there's a voice clip out there. I recorded it, put it on my personal Twitter X page. I said last week, if you could get you could get Boston College at 16.5, you better take that money because that was easy money. And we see what happened there.
yeah.
This is my
Tennessee at 8. Yeah, take them to cover. Absolutely.
if Billy Gonzalez's son can take NC State to the buzzer at quarterback, I think Nico's going to have a pretty good game. And even though we still hadn't seen a whole lot of him, he's more talented than young Gonzalez is. And the Fighting Kerwin Bells. All right, the marquee matchup of the weekend. Big boys battling. Texas at Michigan. CJ.
Hook 'em. Texas wins. Michigan looked bad.
Texas didn't look good either.
I mean, Texas didn't look great, but I don't know. Michigan, to me, you're coming off of not having Harbaugh. You don't have McCarthy anymore. They lost a lot of guys. I think Texas is going to take that one.
Wes?
Yeah, I like Michigan's defense, but I'm gonna go with start in Texas.
Yeah, I had the same points written down as CJ did about Michigan. If this game was in 3 months, I might have a whole different take on it. But right now, catching Michigan early in the season bodes very well for Texas. So cool, hook 'em, or however that goes. I don't know. I'm not.
Welcome to the conference.
I'm not Matthew McConaughey or
You got to worry about us.
any of those guys. All right, guys, that is going to do it for this week. As always, these picks are for fun. Don't use them for betting advice unless I say, hey, use this as betting advice, which I did. That's your that's your play to pay. You do what you got to do with it. CJ, what do you got for the guys before we get out of here?
All the good stuff. Check out Alma Mater. They just dropped a new hat. If you like the interlocking UF with the rope, that was pretty sweet. I'm going to order that myself. So use our link. Check them out. Florida Victorious, as we've talked about before. Keep supporting them. They're doing the best they can. They're still taking care of the athletes. For all the sports. For baseball, basketball. We don't have to wait that long for basketball. It's almost here. We'll be okay. But thank you guys so much. Stick with us. We might be able to cover a coaching search for the first time in this history of this podcast soon, so that'll be fun. We can we can look forward to that, I guess.
Rumor mill. We won't be chasing jet planes on this podcast.
That's right. We're gonna update you guys with the whispers in the hall and all that jazz and the tea leaves. So you guys check us out here and subscribe and comment. Tell us how we're so wrong and Billy's gonna win the next 11 straight and make us look stupid. I hope he does. I would love for Billy Napier to just do his damn job. I would be happier with that. But no, thank you guys for supporting us through some really rough times here with the Florida Gators.
All we can do is hold on, man. All we can do is hold on and pray for better days, or whatever it is you do as a religion. Go out there, do it.
And burn some sage.
Burn some sage. Throw a penny in a well. Put a lock on a bridge, or whatever it is you do. God help us. Wes, take us
whiskey
home.
bottle in the ground. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm defeated. Have a drink, get over it, move on to the next game. Go get. Just look forward to the DJ's playing Saturday, so let's look forward to that. Let's see how DJ looks. So
it's always go Gators.
Yeah,
it's
just
always
enjoy
Gators.
that. Yeah, it's gonna be go Gators, but look forward to.
Might be a good weekend to clean out your basement. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's a night game, so you got all day Saturday.
Y'all learn how to crochet or something,
yeah.
I guess.
Look forward to seeing DJ.
Me and Chris Zen told everybody before the season to get your fall hobbies together. If you listen,
it's almost hunting season, so if you want to do that,
That's me.
Yeah, get out in the deer stand. It's better than watching what we're watching.
No doubt.
In all kinds of weather, baby.
All
Go,
right, baby. Thank you
go
for
Go
hanging
Gators.
Gators.
with us. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Go Gators.
Go Gators.